Good morning. I'm on my way into the Magic Kingdom this morning, and I'm here as an off-site guest, which basically just means I'm not staying in a Disney resort. Now, what does that actually mean for me? First of all, I can't make use of the early entry from 8:30 till 9. So I won't be able to go on rides until 9 a.m. And two, when I was booking my lightning lanes for today, I could only book it 3 days in advance, as opposed to 7 days in advance for those that are staying at a Disney resort. I am arriving here at the TTC at 8:25 a.m. I would say about 30 minutes before the rides are open is a good time to be here. It'll probably take me 10-15 minutes or so to get through to the park. Security here isn't too busy yet, so it seems like a good time to arrive. I am through security and now heading towards the monorail. It does look quite busy. Ooh, I think it still might be quicker than the ferry boat, so let's give it a go. And we are in. So it is 8:48 a.m. right now. My first time in the Magic Kingdom this trip. It is still very Christmassy. The Christmas decorations stay up later than you would think in January. Usually they'll stay on until past the Run Disney weekend, which is a little bit later this year. But don't be surprised if you come the second or third week in January and there is still Christmas bits around. So I did get stopped at security and they checked my backpack. Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason as to why you get stopped. You might have the exact same things in your backpack 2 days in a row and get stopped one day and not the other, but always add on extra time and expect to be stopped, especially if you're bringing in a backpack. Hence why I say that 30 minutes. Even 30 minutes, like I'm only here now 10 minutes before the rope drop for non-resort guests, so it's not even like I'm super early or anything. If I was coming and trying to rope drop something like Tron, I would want to be in the park right as early as I possibly can, so I'd come even earlier. Now, because of the early entry, rope drop in Tron as a non-resort guest is really difficult, because even if we were to head over right now as the park opens at 9 a.m, there's going to be a massive queue already loaded into Tron. Even though the ride itself doesn't actually open until 9 a.m, people that have got in through early entry will be already waiting to get in line. I actually did a rope drop vlog when I was here with my family when we did have early entry and showed you how we managed to get on Tron. It takes a long time in the morning because even as a resort guest, you get in at 8:30, but they don't actually open until 9. So you're talking about a minimum of a 60-minute wait anyway as a rope drop. We found it much easier to rope drop rides like Flight of Passage as resort guests. So for Tron, if you can, the Lightning Lane I think is a good option. It is a single pass Lightning Lane, so it is a set fee for that. As a non-resort guest though, it is really difficult to get. Unfortunately, it tends to be sold out 3 days before, but if you refresh on the day, most of the time I've been able to get one.
It's time to make your way to Cinderella Castle for a very special presentation. Thank you.
Okay, so now it is decision time. There is a rope drop here at Adventureland, and then there is a rope drop over into Liberty Square. So the two rides I'm thinking about are Pirates of the Caribbean this way or Haunted Mansion that way. Unfortunately, Big Thunder is now closed for a full year, which would actually be my recommended rope drop ride otherwise.
Let's hear it for Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse.
So as you can see, I've gone with the Haunted Mansion because it is showing a later time for Lightning Lane availability, which suggests it might be harder for me to get. It is 10 minutes past 9 and I'm just about to get on the ride. We have so much to catch up on. So I've come off the Haunted Mansion, I've just gone to the bathroom, and then I also went to a guest experience tent. Let me explain why. So I had booked the magic carpets at 9:10 a.m. Now, I like the magic carpets, but it's maybe not the best use of a lightning lane. However, I do recommend having a lightning lane as early as you possibly can, and that was the earliest one I could get, because when you scan in for your first pre-booked lightning lane, you unlock everything, okay? And by that I mean you can now book across the tiers. The rides are no longer tiered for you. You can book whatever is available. So I really wanted to get there and scan in for it and then start fiddling and finding some more rides that I wanted to book. However, the ride went down. Now, I know from previous experience that this is a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because immediately what happens is you get a floating lightning lane that now I can use for other rides that actually weren't available to me because I booked as an off-site guest. Rides like Pirates of the Caribbean, which had a really late return time, Haunted Mansion, which I'd actually just been on. Winnie the Pooh also wasn't available to me, so that's really good. I can now just use that at any point today for any of those rides that I don't manage to get a lightning lane for. That's the good. The bad, I now can't scan in and unlock everything. So here's what you do if that happens. You don't book another lightning lane. So what happens when a ride goes down is you get that floating pass and then you also get to book another lightning lane. It's like as if you've tapped in for that first ride, except it doesn't unlock everything. So what I recommend doing is go to one of the guest experience tents, explain what's happened, the fact that you booked the early lightning lane to unlock the tiers. What they will do is they'll use that lightning lane that's available to book, they'll book something and redeem it immediately for you. Then what that will do is unlock everything, and then you still have that pass to go and book. Does that make sense? I hope so. So the first thing you do when a ride goes down is you go to a guest experience tent. Don't book the lightning lane that's now available to book, and once they have done that for you, then you can book something else. Now the tiers I've unlocked, I've booked Jungle Cruise. It's not for a great time, so I'm going to keep refreshing. I also changed my second lightning lane, which was for like PhilharMagic, to a Buzz Lightyear because that became available on an early afternoon time. And then I kept refreshing. I actually recorded myself, but I wasn't getting an early enough time. Kept refreshing, moved it up by like a couple of hours from I think 4 p.m. to 2 p.m. And eventually, of course, after I stopped recording from my phone, because I didn't want to drain my battery, I got like an early morning time around the time that I have my Space Mountain lightning lane. Okay, so much information, but now I'm actually at Tiana's. So this morning I was on at 7 a.m. and I got boarding group 12, and I'm now here to redeem it and get in line. Ideally, if you can get an early boarding group, you're going to wait less time. So that's what I've done now. Unfortunately, I would have rather to actually have come here a bit earlier, but I had to go to that guest experience tent. So it is now open to groups 1 to 28. So it probably will still be a bit busy, but it's always quieter in the mornings, I find, versus later in the day. So the earlier your boarding group, the better. And as soon as it opens, come straight here and get in line. So later on in the day, that whole outside area is gonna be full. So already I know I'm not in for as crazy a wait as it's gonna be later on, because anytime I've come through here in the lightning lane queue, this area has been so busy with the virtual queue. The train has just pulled up over in Frontierland. I appreciate it is a little bit chaotic right now, but a chaotic start to your morning is gonna leave you with a much more relaxed rest of your morning, I promise. We are flying through this queue. I think we're coming up to the loading bay. I think we may have have just passed the merge point. Oh my gosh. I need to get my poncho out. I'm cheating, guys. I'm sorry. Can't believe that. I pretty much got straight down to the loading bay there and straight on the ride, and it is 9:55, and while I was in there, like coming out of the queue, I refreshed and got Jungle Cruise for like 5 minutes time. I think that happens more in the morning because there are people that are maybe running late and they have to change their lightning lanes. And then I find as well, later in the evening, you'll also have people that are maybe deciding not to come back to the parks or to do something else, you know. I thoroughly enjoyed that ride though. That's my first time using the virtual queue, because when it initially opened with the retheming, the virtual queue was crazy. All right, so let's head straight around then to Jungle Cruise. So right now I have 4 passes. I have Jungle Cruise is now my nearest one. I have Space and Buzz, and then I also still have that floating pass because I haven't used that yet. So it's the only time really where you'll end up with 4 passes is if a ride goes down and you have a floating pass. So now I'm trying to think of what I want to book when I go on Jungle Cruise. Pirates would be a good one. Winnie the Pooh maybe. I mean, Peter Pan would be great if it came available, but it's showing sold out for the day, so that would definitely require a lot of refreshing. When you're trying to do what I was doing and refresh to get an earlier time, my top tip is to actually book the ride you want if you can. Book it for any time, because then when you're on the page where you refresh, the ride you already have booked will be right at the top, like it was when I was refreshing for Buzz. So even if you know for sure you're not going to use the time that you have, like it's an evening time or something, just select it and then use that as your way of kind of holding that slot for that ride while you refresh and refresh. I am getting a little bit peckish, but I'll go on Jungle Cruise first, and then we'll go get some food. I must admit, I have been thinking about that creme brulee croissant from Gaston's Tavern. Oh my gosh, it's unreal. So good. It's looking busy already. Magic Carpets would actually be a good lightning lane about now, maybe. Like, you'd probably get on a turn or two earlier, because the queue is starting to build a little bit. Let's head on down to Jungle Cruise. I haven't been on this in ages. I feel like we've missed it the last couple of trips. Standby line 45 minutes. Well, this is going to be a good use of that lightning lane. So happy I managed to snag this one. Thank you. Okay. How many here? My friends, watch your head, watch your step. Please use those hands all the way on my first unit. Stop right behind the buddy. Skipper Marcos, I'll be your guide, social director, dance instructor for the next 3 hours or so. We begin our journey in the Amazon rainforest. The funny thing about the Amazon rainforest is that it rains 365 days a year. That's crazy. That's almost every other day. I guess we might have missed one of those. Yes, if you didn't like that joke, it's going to be a very long 10 minutes for you, okay? Around this corner, the beautiful Inspiration Falls. You know, some people ask me, Skipper Marcos, why do we call it Inspiration Falls? And I told them it's because when you stare at it for too long, it inspires you to go.
deeper and deeper into the jungle that is isn't it beautiful? Everybody say ooh. Ooh. Beautiful. Everybody say ah. Awesome. Everybody say Skipper Marcos, you're doing a great job. Skipper Marcos,
You're doing a great job.
That was so inspirational. We're entering the Congo River, so let's yell for this boat. Congo. Has any of you guys seen the Jungle Book? Yeah. For those who haven't, there it is. The colossal, the spectacular, the eighth wonder of the world, the only, the backside of water.
I am en route over now to Gaston's Tavern. The jungle cruise was fun. Like I say, it's been ages since I've been on there, so it was nice to do that again. I have secured Peter Pan, but I haven't got the time that I want, so I'm going to keep refreshing that. But like I said, I secured it because it makes it easier to refresh. So let's see how I get on trying to get that. That's going to be hard because that was completely sold out. Just coming past Mine Train right now. I didn't get any single lightning lanes for today. Mine Train did become available yesterday, but it was for a very late time, so I wouldn't have been still in the park. Another advantage of being an on-site guest is that actually the two rides that require the separate payment for the single lightning lane are available to queue for during the early entry. So like I said before, Tron's not open, but you can get in line. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is open. Gonna get in line now for Gaston's Tavern. It smells so good here of popcorn. I think there's a popcorn stand. Oh yeah, look, it's right over there. Here it is, the creme brulee croissant. I'm so excited. I managed as well to get a seat inside. Oh, I'm so excited for this. I didn't get a knife and fork, so I'm just gonna go for it. I think this is probably the best snack. Maybe the best snack in all of Disney World. I'm trying to think of what I like more. I think this is my favorite. It's so nice. I love custard pastries though, and this is kind of like a vanilla cream custard pastry. It's just so good, and they really fill it as well with the custard. I do think the beignets at French Quarter are amazing as well. But look, oh, this looks so good. Delicious. Well, I absolutely devoured that. I've now come over to Tomorrowland. I'm gonna head on Buzz Lightyear next, which has a 30-minute wait, but we've got our lightning lane.
Remain seated with your hands on.
We are currently lights on in Buzz Lightyear. We got stuck for so long that I actually got the, what is it, the 99999 Galactic Hero, and then they've now just reset our counters. So they have reset us again. Now when they hit the first reset, these barriers here appeared up, which I assume is to help us walk off the ride if we're gonna be walking off. But we've been here a while now. I did it! Even with the restart.
Space Rangers, check the status board to review your score.
Next up is Space Mountain. It has a 55-minute wait, so good lightning lane. Space Mountain is now up to 65 minutes. The queue is out on the pathway. It looks like Tron is all the way down as well. From the platform, the queue comes right outside. The park is busy. I am also having a lot less success with the refresh technique. I feel like it is the morning times where you can make the most changes because a lot of people are running late or there is more availability, so people are chopping and changing things. I also find then as well, if you're booking for the evening, you'll also have better luck. So kind of like early in the morning, later in the evening, that's when I found the refresh technique works the best, like for those time slots. But right here in the middle of the day, it's brutal. I've been refreshing loads and I can't move my Peter Pan up. I got it up to actually 140. That was the earliest that I could get. So I think what I'm gonna do now is use my floating lightning lane to go on something. Now, I can't use it for a tier 1 ride because the Magic Carpets, that was the ride that went down, wasn't a tier 1. I'm thinking I might just go on like Winnie the Pooh or something because I couldn't get a regular lightning lane for that. Mine Train is also out of the queue. and round the corner. I didn't think it was going to be this busy today, but it's pretty crazy. Let's go use the lightning lane here at the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Last rain went away, and everyone gathered together to say,
I've just come back out to the hub area. There are a lot of people sat. There must be a earlier parade. I actually have no idea what time the parade is at today, but it looks like people are definitely waiting for something. It is just 10 to 12. So the app is saying the parade's not till 3 p.m. So maybe it's the castle show? I do love the buzz and the atmosphere here at the hub. Oh, I hear some music. You know, it must be the cavalcade thing. I can hear it now kicking off. What I'm going to do is just have a quick mooch in the shops. I have just come into one of the stores on Main Street just to have a little browse. It's nice and quiet in here. And this store has some nice bits as well. Ooh, look at that Tommy Bahamas shirt. That's really nice. Very Polynesian. Oh, 178. I feel like that's expensive even for Tommy Bahamas. That one's nice too, the white one. Let's continue on through. See what we can find. That's cute as well, that shirt. Oh, it's really light as well. That'll be good even during the summer. That's $64.99 for that one. Oh, look at these cute jackets. $79.99 for those. I might go across then to the other side of Main Street into the Emporium. I was tempted to come in. That's a nice Spirit jersey, actually. Oh, I do like that because it has different rides on it. And it's got the characters on the top as well. That is really nice. It is no price. These ones here are $69.99, so I'm pretty sure this might be more though. But yeah, I was saying I was tempted to come in here and get the popcorn because it was so good last time. So good. Oh, it always smells amazing in here. Oh yeah, here we go. They have the peppermint popcorn. Lucy was telling me about this because they have the mint M&Ms in there, I think, and they're her favorite. I definitely don't need it. Like, I'm already collecting snacks back home. Oh, I think the parade must be nearly here. Check out these cute Valentine's t-shirts. You've got Daisy thinking of Donald and then Donald thinking of Daisy. That's so funny. I love that. Ooh, they've got some fluffy tops over here with the colder weather. Oh my gosh, they're so soft. $99.99. $100. What? And then $74.99 for the zip up. $100. What on earth? This is cute. This little hat zip with the pocket. Let's see how much this is. $69.99. See, like, that seems, I mean, it's not cheap, but like, it seems more sensible than $100. And it's just because it has the Spirit jersey style, the other one. Whereas this one has like a pocket, it has the little zip. I prefer this one. This spirit jersey is cute. It has the Magic Kingdom with the characters on it. And it is $79.99. I imagine that's how much the other one was as well. The 2025 merch is out. I quite like the colors on this actually. It's really cute. And then the fireworks, it's all kind of like embroidered. That's quite nice. And with that, guys, I'm gonna head out of the park. I do actually have lightning lanes booked that I'm gonna cancel, but I will show you them just so you can see what was still available after I was tapping in. I did manage to move Peter Pan forward. I moved Little Mermaid forward a bit, but it's definitely a lot harder as the day goes on to use the refresh hack to get your lightning lanes earlier. Now, what I would say is what I would normally do is actually start stacking for the evening. And I did have a check, and both Hollywood Studios and Epcot had decent availability. So at Epcot I could get Soarin', at Hollywood Studios I could get Mickey and Minnie's and Tower of Terror. And again, like I said, I feel like the evening time is when you can start refreshing again, and you will find some additional availability. So definitely that's how I would do it, because I like to leave the park when it's crazy like it is right now. The queues are just wild. Like, Mine Train is over 80 minutes. Tron, I don't even want to think what Tron is. I think it was about like 2 hours or something. But I feel like I had a super productive morning. And then just to give you an idea, the lightning lane this morning cost me $25. And that's good for the whole day. Like, I can use that this evening in Magic Kingdom or in a different park. Magic Kingdom is always the most expensive one from experience, and I think Animal Kingdom is the cheapest, which makes sense because Magic Kingdom has the most rides that you can use the lightning lane for. I can smell the popcorn from the confectionery. Do I go in? I am tempted. I think I'm okay. I have snacks at home already. We'll head out. I'll save it for when I'm back with Rachel. I know she loves that popcorn. Heading out of the Magic Kingdom now. Gosh, it is windy. I'm gonna head on up for the express monorail again. It looks like there's one there, but they're usually pretty quick to turn around. So I was thinking about staying in the park and actually having some lunch there. Then I could have hung around and done some more lightning lanes, but a lot of the mobile order times were pushing out as well. It is lunchtime, so it's going to be peak time for the restaurants and stuff. So I thought I would head out instead. I'm thinking maybe the 192 for some food along there. I might just go for a drive and see what takes my fancy. But I was also thinking of going to Target and having a little bit of a mooch. I have come in to Target. I'm at the one that's on the 192. I think it's Rolling Oaks Boulevard. I'm not 100%, but I did go for lunch first at Raising Cane's. I know I've already been there this trip, but it is just one of my favorites, and it just hits every time. And it was $13 for my meal, which was the 4 chicken piece meal with an extra sauce. I'm so glad I left the park to go get food, because I know that just hit even better than Disney nuggets. I only had one thing I really wanted to get, which was some salad. I've got my favorite Nashville hot salad, and otherwise I'm gonna just have a mooch, although I do actually want to get some LaCroix, so I'll look out for that as well. But I don't think I need any snacks or anything. Oh, I might actually pick up a few bits that I want to take home. I love coming down the candy aisle. They have so much. Oh, the Nerds gummy clusters. Ooh, what's this? Is this a different flavor? Oh, it's limited edition. Better get one of those. What else? Oh, what's this? Oh yeah, like this is limited edition too. Sweet gummy tangy. Oh my gosh. Let's get one of those too. I'll keep these and share them with Rachel when she comes over to visit. She'll be delighted. Oh, these look interesting. Cosmic Crunch freeze-dried gummy clusters. That kind of sounds like a sort of similar idea. Oh wow, yeah, look at those. Wow, $4.99 though. There's not as much in that packet. It's here on the right hand side. What have we got? 3 for $10. Okay, I will pick 3. So we've got passion fruit, tangerine, mojito, limoncello, pamplemousse, coconut, which is my favorite. Oh, strawberry and peach. I don't think I've tried that. I'm gonna get one of those. I'll get a strawberry and peach, a coconut, and then maybe a guava. There hasn't been a flavor that, oh, passion fruit actually. Every flavor I've tried I've enjoyed, so I can't really go wrong. I know this one is a popular one, pamplemousse, grapefruit. I don't know why it's called pamplemousse. Is that a thing? I don't know, let me know. And I am done. I'm gonna head back to my friend's apartment. I'm actually picking her up from the airport later and we're gonna catch up. So I will go ahead and leave this vlog here. I hope you've enjoyed spending the morning with me and hopefully you picked up some tips along the way. Thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.